Hi, hello. We're going to be talking about the 7-star Pikachu, which is returning this week, and it will be here for 2 weeks. Now, before we begin, the builds that I did last time still work. They still work great. We did a million of them last time, but the general premise behind those still work great. You're probably asking, why would I do this Pikachu again if I already did it to begin with? The answer is probably because this is going to drop Herba Mystica. And before we dive into the 4 new Pokemon, you might be asking, why would you make 4 new Pokemon for this? And the reason is we have more Pokemon than we did last time. Venusaur, spoiler, is one of those Pokemon. If we can make this go even quicker, that means we can get Herba Mystica faster. And if you're playing with a group, which my builds are for group play, then you would want to get this done as fast as possible, as optimal as possible, so you can grind out Herba Mystica for the next 2 weeks. And I'm assuming you're still playing Scarlet and Violet because you're watching this video. With that being said, they could change how Pikachu works from last time, but this is what it had last time. It had Thunder, it had Rain Dance, Play Rough, Iron Tail, and Surf. What Pikachu would do is it would start off with a turn 0 Rain Dance, which means it would go before we can even do anything, and then it would open up with a Surf. Rain Dance does boost Surf's damage, and Rain Dance also makes Thunder 100% accurate. So we do want to remove Rain Dance by just applying Sun, which would also reduce the accuracy of Thunder. That was the premise. That was what I predicted and guessed last time. That's what Pikachu ended up doing. And so all our Sun Pokemon ended up working great. Pikachu also has the hidden ability Lightning Rod. So even though water is weak to electric, you can't use electric attacks. So that's why we're going Grass. Grass resists water and Grass resists electric. We have multiple ways to boost our grass Pokemon with both sun and grassy terrain. The other thing I want to point out is last time Pikachu was holding a Light Ball. What Light Ball does is it doubles Pikachu's attack stat and special attack stat. So speaking of stats, Pikachu has an attack stat of 55. That means it goes up to 110. And then Pikachu has a special attack of 50. That means it goes to 100. That's really good. That is real decent damage from a Pikachu. That's what it is. It's a Pikachu. And on top of that, Pikachu was EV trained. I don't know if people remember this, but Pikachu had 252 HP, 252 special attack, which makes that special attack hit harder, and then 6 in attack. Right here, for just example purposes, I have a level 100 Espathra with 252 in HP. No Pokemon can avoid this initial Surf. So Rain Dance will go off, Surf will happen. And as you can see, a 252 EV HP Espathra does not survive the Surf at all. Now, of course, if the sun was up, it would survive that Surf just fine. Obviously, we could put some special defense in to survive it. But even in this Espathra case, even if we did 252 HP, 252 special defense, do you really want to take 73 to 86% damage before you can even do a single thing against Pikachu? Probably not. That's why we're doing grass Pokemon. Every single grass Pokemon will survive that initial Surf just fine. It will survive Thunders just fine. And we have ways to deal with Play Rough and Iron Tail. Now, again, just to show the power of the Light Ball, if we were to remove the Light Ball, let's just put on a leak. You can see that all of these percentages just got cut in half. Now, the reason I bring that up is because the first time we challenged Pikachu, the Light Ball was able to be knocked off with a move called Knockoff. Knockoff is a dark move that's 65 damage, not very strong, but it will knock off the held item. The reason I'm bringing this up is because this one trick, you won't believe this one trick. This one trick makes the Pikachu raid incredibly easy if somebody knocks off the Light Ball. That being said, there are 2 Pokemon in 7-star raids that held an item, Pikachu and Mewtwo. The knockoff trick did not work on Mewtwo. You could not knock off the Chesto Berry that Mewtwo was holding. Now, there were ways around that. You could do like Misty Terrain or Electric Terrain to prevent him from using the Chesto Berry when he did. If there was to be any changes to this raid, I wonder if they will prevent you from knocking off the item. Because Pikachu is actually relatively... it's like a decent challenge as a 7-star raid. Obviously, if you looked up a video on how to do it, it's going to make it a lot easier. But for people who maybe don't know how to build or don't know what to expect, Pikachu can give you the runaround because of the Light Ball item. All of these builds, these new builds, do take in account the knockoff strategy to make it easier, but They'll still work just fine, even if Pikachu holds on to Light Ball the entire time. Just like the 5 Pokemon I built before worked just fine, granted, assuming it was going to hold the Light Ball the entire time. Could there be move changes? Yes. Could the Light Ball stay on the entire fight? Yes. Could it be 100% identical from last time? Yes. I just wanted to talk this through in case you didn't do it the first time. Let's talk about our 4 Pokemon that I built as 4 Pokemon that would work perfectly together. Our first Pokemon is going to be Arboliva, which is the only Pokemon I'm repeating from last time, and it's ultimately the same, but Arboliva has one of the best abilities specifically for this raid, which is Seed Sower. So what happens with Seed Sower is when you get attacked by Pikachu, whatever move, you will set up a grassy terrain. Now, grassy terrain does give everyone health recovery, but more importantly, it will boost all our grass type moves by 30%, so we'll be able to do more damage. So if somebody is bringing in a Venusaur or a Lurantis, I'm trying to remember what was used last time, you are just giving those Pokemon a free, assuming your entire team is grass, you're just giving your entire team a 30% damage increase for 5 turns. Once that gets removed, when Arboliva gets hit again, it will reactivate. So it's completely free. It doesn't take up one of your 4 moved slots. That means when Arboliva uses Giga Drain, it will do more damage, and you will get more health back. Now, Pikachu can be annoying with Thunder. Thunder has a 30% chance to paralyze. That being said, once Sun goes up, Thunder will have a 50% accuracy. But we can use Safeguard to prevent against our team getting paralyzed, which is great. Now, you can easily remove paralysis with a Heal Cheer. You get 3 Heal Cheers, so that's fine. Reflect is to deal with that Play Rough, is to deal with that Iron Tail. And then Sunny Day is to remove that Rain Dance, reduce the damage of Surf, reduce the accuracy of Thunder. And other Pokemon on our team will benefit from this Sunny Day. If you don't need the Sunny Day coverage, you can put on Helping Hand. You can put on your own growth to take advantage of that. The held item we're going to put on Arboliva is Metronome. I'm not a big fan of Metronome because it requires you to hit the move more. The 4th time makes it better than using something like a Miracle Seed or a Charcoal or a Mystic Water, because your first time is no boost. Your second time is the 20%. Your third time is the 40%. If you had a Miracle Seed for 3 turns and a Metronome for 3 turns, you would end up doing exactly the same. The Metronome doesn't get better until the 4th turn. So, ideally, you could Safeguard Giga Drain 4 times, and that would be better than a Miracle Seed for 3 times. But I expect in a group setting, you'll have all this coverage, and the Safeguard will be good, so I think Metronome is okay here. If you don't have Metronome, Miracle Seed is fine. But ultimately, you're going to just spam Giga Drain with Arboliva. You'll do, if you need a Sunny Day because no one else is, you'll do that. If you need to Reflect because no one else is, you're going to do that. You're going to open up with a Safeguard to prevent the paralysis burn as everyone else sets up like their Sunny Days or whatnot, and then you're just going to spam Giga Drain. If after 4, you need to switch and do like a Reflect or something or another Safeguard, you're still getting that benefit because you're hitting Giga Drain 4 times. Pretty easy to play. The Giga Drain will get stronger and stronger. You'll get more health back every time. You'll be able to Terastallize after your 3rd Giga Drain, assuming that Pikachu doesn't steal your Tera, and then you'll have to do it one more time. But you're ultimately still setting grassy terrain for your team. So even if you mess this up, even if you're a bad Arboliva player, you're going to keep yourself alive with Giga Drain, and you're going to boost everyone else with grassy terrain. So that's a lot of help still. That's more than the randoms online would ever do for you. They don't even know how Heal Cheer works. So Heal Cheer or Attack Cheer or Defense Cheer does not break your Metronome. So you could Giga Drain 3 times and then still Heal Cheer your team, and you'll still keep your Metronome boost. So keep that in mind, that like healing is still important as an Arboliva player for your entire team. That's why we put Arboliva as our all-arounder. 252 HP, 80 defense, 176 special attack for Arboliva. Our next Pokemon is a Pokemon that we couldn't have done last time because this was added in the DLC, and that was Venusaur. Now, there are 3, I believe, off the top of my head, Pokemon that are grass that get access to Acid Spray that we didn't have access to the first time Pikachu came around. That would be the Oddish line, the Bellsprout line, and the Bulbasaur line. They're all grass poison, and Venusaur just outclasses the other two. It just does everything better than the other two. Sorry, Vileplume, and sorry, Victory Bell. Venusaur's just the better grass poison Pokemon from Gen 1. We're going to do the ability Overgrow. Chlorophyll is absolutely useless here. Overgrow will boost your attack when you're low health, which would be really good if you need to like Giga Drain health back. Your Giga Drain is going to be even stronger when you have low health, so that means you're going to ultimately get more health back. Chlorophyll just boosts your speed in the sun. We're already faster than Pikachu. There's no point of running Chlorophyll. You're just wasting your ability. Overgrow is so much better here, especially if you were to get crit and you have low health. You're already outspeeding Pikachu. Your Giga Drain will get a boost. You'll be on top of standing, hopefully on grassy terrain, which will get a boost, on top of the Miracle Seed getting a boost. That should get you back to full health. So that can make and break some raids. Again, if you were to get critical hit and go down to like 10% HP, Chlorophyll isn't going to do anything for you. Overgrow will. So this is the one time where the hidden ability actually doesn't benefit you at all in this raid. We're still going to outspeed Pikachu without needing the speed boost of Chlorophyll. Our moveset is really simple. Giga Drain, Solar Beam, Acid Spray, Sunny Day. We didn't have Acid Spray support last time. We were using Appleton, which was weak to play rough. Obviously, with a Reflect and knocking off the Light Ball, Appleton survived just fine. But this is a little bit better because Acid Spray does a -2 stat reduction, whereas Apple Acid only does 1. Appleton could still work here if that's all you have. But ultimately, you're going to Acid Spray to build Tera. You're going to Giga Drain when you need to. Giga Drain also builds Tera. And then once everything is set up, we'll lock in the sun, and then we'll switch over to Solar Beam. You'll be able to Terastallize relatively quickly. If no one else can do sun, then of course set sun right away just to remove the rain and just to reduce the accuracy of thunder. But you'll only need to set sun one other time when you're ready to Solar Beam away. So Venusaur will hit really hard, but the bread and butter here is like the Acid Spray to make the team can do a bunch of damage. You can see the pattern here. We're going to grassy terrain to boost everyone. We're going to Acid Spray to boost everyone. We're going to Sunny Day to help anyone with Solar Beam do even more damage. So you can see how these 4 Pokemon are going to smoke Pikachu faster than any solo builds or any other combination of Pokemon. There are a lot of Pokemon that could work. There might be comments, and if you've made it this far in the video, feel free to leave a comment if you need help with Pikachu or what Pokemon you're bringing to Pikachu, or if I forgot something, leave a comment below, hit the like button, subscribe. That really helps out. There's a lot of Pokemon that can work here, but I wanted to pick 4 Pokemon that work really, really well together to make sure that we get the raid done as fast as possible. Obviously, you can get the raid done quicker in a group that knows what they're doing. So that's the Venusaur build, 252 HP, 40 defense, 60 special defense, 156 special attack. We are going to do Miracle Seed, not Metronome, because we're going to have to hit other buttons. Pikachu will reset its stats. We'll have to switch back to Acid Spraying it again. Giga Drain for health. When we don't need health, we're going to switch to Solar Beam. That's why we're doing Miracle Seed over Metronome. That's the difference between those two builds with the Arboliva and the Venusaur. Because Miracle Seed will give both Solar Beam and Giga Drain a 20% boost on top of the 30% boost of standing in terrain, you get more health back with the Giga Drain, with the Miracle Seed, and then you'll do more damage with the Solar Beam. So all about a big damage here, but also just a good utility Pokemon in Venusaur. The Pokemon that worked really well for a lot of people last time was the Lurantis I built, because Lurantis had Contrary Leaf Storm. Don't know how that works. Contrary means when you have a stat reduction, it becomes a stat. It flips it around. So a stat reduction is actually a stat boost, and a stat boost is actually a stat reduction. It's just backwards. It's just wombo. So because Leaf Storm lowers your special attack on a Pokemon with Contrary, it actually boosts your special attack. So in this case against Pikachu, if Pikachu does hit Superior or Lurantis with an Iron Tail, it actually gives them a boost instead of takes away a boost, assuming that Iron Tail has a 30% chance to proc the, I think it's a defense drop. Same for Play Rough. I think it's like a 10% chance to drop. But why you're seeing Superior on your stream and not Lurantis, YouTube video, is because Superior does everything Lurantis does, but better. It's kind of like the Venusaur situation compared to Vileplume and Victory Bell. It just does everything better. You can put knockoff on Venusaur, but I think Superior is the better user of knockoff. Somebody should have knockoff, so I think Superior can open with knockoff. Leaf Storm, make sure to PP Maxis. It only has 5. Make sure to do 8. And then we are doing a Sunny Day Solar Beam combo, which I think is what we did for Lurantis as well. But the reason that I think that is important is because, 1, Leaf Storm is 90% accurate, and you need 3 Leaf Storms to build a Tera. In this situation, you only need 2 because you're going to knock off, then Leaf Storm, Leaf Storm. But then you need another Leaf Storm to get to 6. Then Pikachu's going to reset your stats, so you're going to need another 3 Leaf Storms to get back up to -6. And then at that point, you're only left with 2 more Leaf Storms, assuming you don't miss any. So I like Solar Beam here because even if you miss a couple Leaf Storms and you're still at like a +4, you can Sunny Day Solar Beam. You'll still get health back from the Shell Bell. You'll get health back from the Leaf Storm. So I think this is a way better way to go about that instead of just relying on Leaf Storm. Or Giga Drain, because Shell Bell Solar Beam is going to be stronger than Giga Drain, and you're going to get just roughly the same amount of health back. It's paired next to Venusaur, which is going to do the -6 for you. Superior is just going to rip right through Pikachu. So that's just a really good pairing is the Venusaur Superior combo. Superior also gets Breaking Swipe, so if somebody else is going to knock off for you, you can just Breaking Swipe to build Tera, and also to reduce Pikachu's damage. And Superior also gets access to screens. So again, if there are a bunch of Superiors, you can have 1 Superior Sunny Day on turn 1, 1 Superior Knockoff on turn 1, 1 Superior Light Screen on turn 1, the other Superior Reflect on turn 1. You have so many options with Superior. Of course, that requires coordination, but not everyone has to do the same thing, right? We all don't have to hit Leaf Storm. We can all like spend 1 turn and make sure that the raid is more secured and safer and have a little bit padding so it's easier. So there's the Superior. Will Lurantis still work? Yes, of course. Superior just does everything a little bit better than Lurantis. There might be one thing Lurantis does that Superior can't. I can't think of it off the top of my head, but I don't know. Use Superior. He's cool. He doesn't get enough love. Our final Pokemon is going to be Zarina. Zarina does fit a certain thing I was looking for to round off that team, which is just its massive support. We are going to speed creep Pikachu here. So we're going to put 60 in speed, 252 HP, 196 in special defense. Zarina's just going to drop kick. That's it. That's mostly it. Zarina still gets access to knockoff. So if you're playing with randoms and you want to run full support and you know the randoms are not going to use knockoff, assuming knockoff works, that's a big if they change that. Zarina can knock off. Zarina can get access to both screens. So we're going to put Light Clay on her. And then she can do Grassy Terrain. If there is no Arboliva on your team, if no one's playing Arboliva, I think having Zarina manually set Grassy Terrain is still... It's 5 turns of 30% more damage for everyone. It's just... There's no reason not to run Grassy Terrain during this raid. And then Dropkick. Dropkick will control the physical attack of Pikachu. So every time you drop kick, Pikachu's physical attack will go down. That will be the Play Roughs and the Iron Tails. And if you are standing next to a Venusaur or a Arboliva or a Superior or anything that sets Sun, Sun already controls the Surf by reducing that, and Sun controls Thunder by reducing that accuracy. We already resist Thunder as a bunch of grass Pokemon, but making Thunder 50% accurate instead of 70% accurate is huge. So Zarina can do that too. She can also learn Sunny Day. But I think just drop kick spam to control that physical attack, helping hand those Superiors or those Venusaurs that are about to Solar Beam screens. If Zarina could learn a bunch of I wish Zarina could learn more than 4 moves, because there's so many things Zarina could do to just completely support the other 3 players. That being said, it is a support Pokemon, so you only need 1 on the team. You don't need 2 Zarinas. But if you like playing support, which I know a lot of people do, what a great support Pokemon to round off the first 3 that we did. So that's what to expect for Pikachu, assuming it has the same moveset, and whether or not knockoff will work this time around, I guess we'll have to wait and see until Thursday. Should be the easiest raid in the world if knockoff does work. Knockoff doesn't work, these Pokemon will carry you just fine. Or just check out my other video. Those Pokemon will also work too, for sure. So thank you for watching. Thanks for making it to the end. We did a different style of coverage this time, so let me know if you like that in the comments. But I'll see you guys next time. Bye.